What's going on, everybody? It's RedDSW here, and as the title suggests, we are going to be talking about the future of Destiny, more so what it is that we as a community want to see moving forward with Destiny. Before we do that, I want to touch on a few things with myself, the current state of the game, and even the past of the game. That includes D1, and we'll move forward from there. So before I even get started on this, I'm just going to touch very lightly on me just to give you guys a little bit of a background. If you go on to DestinyTracker.com, it keeps track of everything. Those of us who've been playing D1, your stats are still on here. I'm not sure if you're going to have the same results I do because mine's is a little wonky, but it's neither here nor there. My total play time for D1 is 22 days, 18 hours, 22 minutes. If we move over to D2, this for some reason only really tracks PvP time. So my total time in PvP, 14 days, 7 hours, 18 minutes. That's PvP overall. It's got to be at least double that with PvE involved. But again, this is just to show that I have a bit of background. I've been playing the game for a very long time. I feel that I do have at least enough insight to give some kind of feedback and understand that I'm coming from a knowledgeable place when I'm speaking on what I would like to see with the game moving forward. First thing we're going to do is compare D1 to D2. And we're going to start with the launch day. Because when D1 launched, we dampened our expectations. We were more patient. I mean, Bungie, the creators of Halo, and Activision, the creators of Call of Duty, that was big enough in its own. Everyone thought, oh, this couldn't fail. It's got to be great. It's going to be awesome. And we held out. Despite, we all had our complaints about the lackluster start of the game. The story seemed half-assed. The gunplay was awesome, and we all expected that. We were ready for it. We wanted that. It was just everything else in the background seemed a bit off and or extra, if that makes sense. But we stuck it out, and we ended up with the Taken King. And we were happy. And it kept us playing. And we were proud. There's a reason we called Destiny Crackstony. It was actually literally hard to stop playing. Fast forward D2, it's deja vu. Nobody wanted that. I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but nobody wanted that. Alright? The game was dumbed down so much. A lot of people just were like, I'm not going through this again. It's half what D1 was at launch. I mean, you had static rolls on guns, so when you got one, you got them all. There was no point. The grind was pretty much taken out of the game. The story was nil. It was like, why do we have to go through all of this? And then on top of that, they took out the Grimoire. So now the story is even less than nil. And the thing that struck a chord with me the hardest, the most, and the loudest was these, you can't even call them skill trees anymore. They gave you two options. When you compare D2's options to D1's skill trees, it's not even really a comparison. You were able to really customize and have a true build when it came to D1 characters, and it was truly yours. You're not saying, oh, I'm using this and everybody knew exactly what you were talking about. No, you had to break down and find that sweet spot. Whatever you thought was the OP build, someone else had something to counter it. It was a game of rock, paper, scissors, and I miss that. I really do. When you look at them side by side, like I said, there's really no comparison. But when you go to Destiny Tracker again, they have this window, this one right here, and it shows promise. It gives the illusion of options, so to speak. No, actually, that's what D2 does now with these skill trees. Now you have three options, this, or that. That's the illusion of options. Here, if they were actually to use this, it would be so much of a more competitive state that Bungie claims that they want. They should have just went with this, stuck to the original skill tree, let us build our characters how we want, and you claim that Chaos Reach was going to break the game. No, let our characters do it in our own way. Because as it stands right now, if you think Nova Warp is something that's gonna really be a problem, or something that is a problem, and you think Chaos Reach and you think Blade Barrage are the pinnacle, if you allow us to build our characters the way we want to build our characters, we will find ways around all of that. And it will truly be a real game of rock, paper, scissors. Another thing that really struck a chord with me, this is the second biggest thing on my list of why Bungie why, was all the content we left behind. Even if you still decided to go with D2 instead of adding everything onto D1, you could have come up with creative ways to slowly remove certain things. Here's my example: Prison of Elders. If you had left that in the game, even added like a little social space at the prison before actually going into the Prison of Elders itself, you could have an in-game way of showing exactly what Varix did. We could be in there, either in the Prison of Elders or in that little social space, when Varix comes on the comms with his speech and everything begins to explode around us. The red alert starts going on, the power goes off, and the prisoners are set free. That would have been an awesome in-game way of telling a story. And then if anybody wanted to truly get an in-depth definition or description of what was going on, they could turn to the grimoire and have it spelled out word for word for them. But I feel like if you had left that in the game, it would have been perfection on the screen. I miss the Dreadnought. You could have that on top of Escalation Protocol, on top of the Dreaming City and the Blind Well. I missed all of the old raids. Imagine the lineup of things we could do had we still had all of the old raids. That would have been like a raider's dream, in all honesty. You want to talk about people having like raid runs for one night? I don't think you'd be able to get all of them done in one night. And there's probably some people out here who's going to challenge me on that. But to have it all in one game, not have to jump back and forth and wasting that extra time doing that, that'd be a blast. And the community would love you for it. And we would thank you for it. So I feel like that's a definite loss. Again, there's people who out here getting paid to do this stuff, so I guess you guys know better than I. But from a consumer standpoint, that's what I feel like should have been done. And here we are. Fast forward to Forsaken. And it's like reliving the first day you met that woman called the Taken King. Yes, he's a woman. And you were like, this is the best thing you've ever done. This is great. I'm in love. I didn't say that word for word, but I did actually like praise Bungie for what they did with the Taken King. I kind of want to praise Bungie for what they're doing with Forsaken. I only say kinda and want to because we've been here before. Nobody wants this as deja vu. Nobody wants this deja vu. Nobody wants this deja vu. Okay? The game should have been like this from drop. I'm glad you finally made it this way. I'm happy that it is, because them static roll guns were horrible. Having 2 primaries and then all the good guns in the heavy slot was horrible. Having like just the gunplay, because of the way the guns were set up, okay, it's all right, and you still catch me using 2 primaries at a time. But being able to switch to a sniper or a shotgun or the Telesto, because let's admit, I never use any other fusion rifle. Telesto's always been the only one, and that's only because of the changes they made to it on D2, which I'll touch on in a minute. But you brought the fun back into the game when you did the gun changes. That was great. I feel like that was the right thing to do, and I hope you decide not to change this up again. Rest in peace, Cade 6. The turn of the story that you guys did with Forsaken is a breath of fresh air. Because anybody who doesn't really know about or hasn't even really watch by videos. If you don't know about Grimdark, I feel like that's what Destiny really was, or really had the potential to be from the very start. And it's so refreshing to see the developers embrace that and really bring it to the forefront. I mean, yeah, they probably could have picked a better person to kill, but at the same time, it's like if you truly want to make an impact like this, you pick the right guy. So again, rest in peace, Cade. You'll forever be missed, but the show must go on. Mods. I love the idea of mods. I've played many a games that have they're very heavy on the mod aspect with their weapons and gear, and I love the idea of what you're doing. I love the fact that you're embracing this. I want to see this expanded on. Just to give an example, another game that I play, I'm not going to name names, but say you and your friend have the exact same shotgun. The way that you mod and kit this gun out, it's not the exact same shotgun. His may be great for ad clearing, but yours is perfect for boss slaying. And when I say slaying, I mean 2 shots dead. Up to like just up to the highest level of content. You level every boss. He's or she is leveling all the ads in the meantime. I would like to see that come into Destiny with the not just the weapons but also the gear, because that's gonna really help again with the customization of our characters, and that's gonna help us love the game that much more. And if you really want people to be stuck on it and play it as much as you say you wanted to, give us that freedom. Allow us to break the game. And it's not necessarily quote unquote breaking the game. It's just rock, paper, scissors. You know, somebody's going to cover your rock with a piece of paper. Somebody's going to cut your paper with a pair of scissors. Somebody's going to smash the scissors with a rock. And it's going to continue to be that way. And that's a good game. Let it happen. The support class. Whose idea was this to make a sun singer a healer? I want to shake your hand, give you a high five, and buy you a drink. I want to see more of that. I'm not a support class myself. I'm not really a healer. I'm more of a DPS ad clearer myself, if I'm not up there being a boss slayer. So I use my Nova Warp, or I use my Chaos Reach, or anything related to that. So the Sun Singer doesn't really appeal to me like that, but it's great when it's out there. You know when the guy is there. You never die. If they're good at it, you never die. You got all the buffs in the world. And what boss? Like, we were supposed to be here to kill somebody or something, and they're gone. Because they're that good at it. I would like to see more stuff like that. Let's see a true tank. It's nice to have a Titan. Let's make him a true tank. Let's get some true, ninjas out here. Maybe some techs. Something of the sort that's truly role-playing and, interactive for us being the player. And the last note I want to touch on here was, I know you guys said that there's going to be more like it, and I can't wait to see them. But I do want to salute you for the hidden quest to get the Black Hammer. I love that sniper. I'm still, getting back into my whole sniper groove because I really haven't been sniping since D1. But when I do, that's going to be definitely one of the things in my arsenal. That quest is one of the most epic things in this game, hands down. That includes raids and bosses. That quest alone was awesome. And speaking of quests, the Shattered Throne is awesome. Hard as balls, but awesome. I like the atmosphere. I like when you guys do hidden and extra stuff like this. That Wish Ender, it's great. Not the bow itself, the quest getting it is great. It's just, I can't wait. I can't wait. Cannot wait. Just don't try watering things down because they're quote unquote too powerful. They should be, which is why I'm disappointed with the Wish Ender. The work you have to do to get that bow, it should really kick and be a bit more powerful in the way of damage. Yeah, it's okay that you got wall hacks on it, but I mean, it seems lackluster in in the damage output category. So that might need to be beefed up, maybe 5, 6 ticks, just in my personal opinion. And D3, because I've heard rumors about D3. I know that Bungie's in a contract, 3 game contract, whatever. So D3 maybe is most likely inevitable. But I really only have questions for D3, and that's gonna make this little part little. Those questions pretty much are being, what exactly can we expect? Like, can we expect them to reboot all over again and have deja vu for a third time? Can we expect them to really learn their lessons and actually move forward and build and not just start from the bottom again? Is the story going to be fleshed out and actually told in a more interactive and interesting way? And will there be crossplay? Will there be cross save? Are we going to be able to actually make choices that matter to the game and change the outcome? That's my biggest one. Speaking of which, effects of choice or actions should really have an impact on the game, the world around me, my character, the story. Any or all of the above should actually feel the effects of actions. I want to refer to my favorite warlock in the game, Tolan the Shattered. If you do not know of Tolan, that means you haven't been paying attention to Destiny lately, because he is the guide to you in the Ascendant Realms. He is the one who's been ripping you a new one since you killed the Taken King, because you left the power vacuum, which is his throne and seat, and now his sister's taking over because you did not. I want to be there where he is. I want to be either a Taken Guardian or an Ascendant Guardian. I want to be able to either destroy my ghost, let it go free, rip the light from it, something of the sort, or even turn my ghost itself. To be able to turn your ghost would be something that is epic to me. I want to be able to have the option to do that and go further from there. With that, that's going to bring depth to the game, depth to the story, and it's gonna be even more submersive. It's you'll be so lost in what's going on in the world around you and seeing other guardians of other places. This one's following Callus. This one's imbued with Siva. This one over here still works for the Vanguard and Tower, and these ones are rogue. Those guys over there are Dreadkins. I mean, come on, let's have this. There's so much more than just light and dark, but we're only under the tower. Let's see. We hear the legends of corrupted guardians. Let's see that in action. This would open the game up to open world PvP. So even if you did it to where it was just 2 servers, one PvP, the other PvE, that's great, because I have friends who do not like the idea of being shot in the back when they're trying to do something. So you could do it like GTA and just have it PvP, and you could turn off the friendly fire, so whoever you're in a fire team with cannot do damage to you, but it's still you versus the world. Or again, like I said, you could have those 2 lobbies, co-op or PvP. I probably live in the PvP side because me and my friends are so into the idea of going out there and catching somebody mid-mission. The idea is so appealing. How can you not do it? Looking forward to it. Want it to happen. Please bring that into the game. Bring back the old skill tree, so that way we can truly customize our builds. With that, expand these mods. Let us truly have guns that's unique to us. This will make a grind so much more meaningful for the player. so that way they could have their weapon, and to them this is the true God roll. Not only did they put in all the work and effort to get all the components to put this on this gun, but they found the correct base for this weapon. The weapon itself came random roll. They worked their ass off for these mods and the materials to put into this weapon to make it the God roll. And on top of that, their armor complements it to a T for perfection. Let us have that power, Bungie. And lastly, I mean, the guys over at Bungie have been doing a great job with keeping in touch with the community. And this goes without saying. I'm just gonna go ahead and mention it anyway. Please keep it up, cause it's great. I love getting on, watching these podcasts or listening to podcasts and watching these videos about, Bungie reaching out to the community and really listening. I've been trying to pay more attention to the forums like I used to before and be more involved because I see them talking and I see that they're actually been listening. Hell, I mean, to look up and notice some of the things that other players have suggested or even you yourself has suggested that has slowly crept its way into the game, maybe not exactly how you mentioned it, but knowing that the base idea is there is it's grounds for overhype. And who's not happy to have that? You're lying if you're saying you wouldn't be. I want you guys to keep that up. If you made it this far, God bless you and thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me ramble. What did you like? What did you not like? Leave a comment below. Tell me what you like in the game. Tell me what you liked before. Tell me what you want to see in the future. What do you expect from Bungie? Give me your criticisms. Give me your positive feedback. Give me all the feedback. I'll listen to it all. I like doing stuff like this. I want to do more stuff like this. It actually took me a bit longer making this video because my computer wanted to be on the fritz. I actually had to start over about a grand total of 3 times. Lost about 2.5 hours of work, maybe more each time I had to restart. So it took a little longer than I wanted it to. But, I'm glad I got it out to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've gotten questions about doing other games on the channel. I'm working on that. Give me some time, going through some things, but I'm going to make it happen. Don't have a time frame yet, but it's going to be coming. If you guys ever want to join me on the live streams, I'm over on Twitch. Same thing here is RedDSW. Just look it up. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. I even got a Patreon because, I got some plans for the future. I'm not going to just be doing gameplay stuff. I got some other things down the pipe I'm going to be working on. Give me some time. When it's ready, I'll let you know. Until then, I will see you guys on the next one. Later.